Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's ASMR football video we are going to look at the World Cup final round of qualifiers, which is the playoff round. We're going to start with the Intercontinental playoff and then we're going to look at the UEFA European playoffs. And I'm planning on giving my predictions on who is going to get to the World Cup. You might not agree with me, and I kind of hope you don't in a way, and you leave an interesting comment. Let me know who you think is going to qualify. Okay, so the World Cup qualification, we've never had this sort of fixture for format before. We've had Intercontinental playoffs. Ask the Australians, who always used to get South American teams. But yeah, in this version we have a sort of semi-final, and then there's a team waiting in the final for each of the winners. So let's have a look. We have Bolivia from South America against Suriname of North America. Then we have New Caledonia of Oceania against Jamaica, also of North America. And then in waiting for them we have DR Congo of Africa, which will take on the winner of the Jamaica-New Caledonia match. And Iraq of the Asian Confederation will take on the winner of the Bolivia-Suriname match. So, I think New Caledonia are probably the weakest team in the whole thing, and I think the strongest is the DR Congo. Iraq are pretty erratic. I watched the match against, or the highlights, the very extended highlights of the match against the UAE, and I thought the UAE, bearing in mind I did say Iraq were my favourites to win that match in that little playoff, but the UAE will be really disappointed that they lost, particularly because they had a goal right at the end, but also because I thought they played really well, and Iraq at home in that second match looked a bit nervous in the first half. Yeah, so I think that Iraq are the second best team. Well, they are ranked, so these two are separated and they are in the final because they are the two highest teams, but yeah, Iraq's confidence isn't as much as DR Congo's, I think. In this match, now, if I'm correct, they're playing in the US. They're not, because that matters for Bolivia. Bolivia never win away games. They only win home games. And as far as I understand, I think they're playing this mini-tournament in the US. That's going to be important, because I think because of that reason, Suriname are going to win. If it was a home tie, Bolivia would win, because they beat Brazil at home in the qualifying campaign, but literally lost every single one of their away matches. One reason being that Bolivia's capital is one of the highest capitals in the world, and the air is very thin, and the ball goes flying when you hit it. So they've mastered how to play in those conditions, and other teams really struggle there. But I think Suriname are the better placed in this particular mini-tournament. Equally, I think Jamaica should get past New Caledonia. They will be disrupted though, because Steve McLaren's just resigned. He doesn't want to take them into the qualification tournament, so they will have a brand new manager for his very first game, or his or her first game, which is a bit awkward. I don't know if you can get any friendlies before this fixture because the international calendar is so tight. But I think New Caledonia are the easiest of the opponents that they could have had. And that means I think the DR Congo will be against Jamaica. I think the DR Congo will win, but Jamaica will be close. And this one, it'll be Iraq against Suriname. That's 50-50 for me. I think Iraq on paper are the better team. Suriname can do it, but we'll see. So I do expect these two teams to get through, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be completely shocked if that didn't happen. Good luck to all teams. Do you agree with me so far? Okay, now let's go to this, which is causing me some stress as a Welshman. I'm sure many of you are stressed as well, particularly if you're Italian. because you hate the playoffs. So let's talk about the matches and we'll see. Unlike that other tournament, we did have a draw of who was at home and who is going to be away for both the semi-final and the final. So, Turkey are at home against Romania. I would back Turkey at home against most teams. Obviously it didn't work out against Spain, but then they did do really impressively away in Spain. I think Turkey, as much as I would love Romania to get to a World Cup again, I think they've got a really difficult opponent. I, as a Welshman, wanted to avoid Turkey away and Poland home or away. So I was really pleased when we didn't get Turkey, because I think Turkey are probably the strongest team in the entire playoff. Obviously on paper it's Italy, but I think for form and for confidence and for home advantage with that crowd at home, which is very vociferous, I would say Turkey are absolute favourites to get through. Czechia against Ireland. I think Ireland have got a good chance. Czechia are a good team. They do play to certain strengths, and I think that Ireland is a type of team that won't be fazed by those strengths. When Wales have played Czechia over the last couple of years, they focus very much on their height and set pieces and sort of playing it into corners and trying to get headers. I think that is a Welsh weakness. We're quite a short team. We're very we're not very strong. We don't have many sort of combatant players playing for us, but I think Ireland do. I think they're really good in the tackle, really competitive. I don't think that they will be fazed by that style of play at all. And I think there's a really good chance that Ireland could win that match, but it might go to like penalties. Next up, Denmark against North Macedonia. Denmark blew it in the last two matches, so which Denmark is going to show up? I don't know. And North Macedonia obviously had a terrible match against Wales, but prior to that they drew twice with Belgium, who were all over them. But they got, Dimitrievski in goal. They've got amazing talent on the break, very solid core to the midfield. I think Denmark are going to struggle, but they're at home, so they might squeeze through, but I'm actually thinking that North Macedonia might win that one. Okay, next up is Italy against Northern Ireland. This Northern Irish team is the best it's been since 2016, I think. Maybe if you're Northern Irish, let me know. Do you agree with me? I think you're playing some fantastic football. You've got some young talent coming through. Obviously Galbraith plays for Swansea. He's an absolutely amazing player. And Italy just got battered at home in San Siro 4-1 by Norway. I think this is one of the weaker Italian teams I've seen in recent times, and I just don't rate Gattuso as a coach. He didn't do it for Milan, and I don't think he'll be able to do it for Italy. I don't think he has the tactical ability. I think he's got all of the heart and all of the passion. But then again, most Italians are passionate. I think you need someone with tactics, and I think that Northern Ireland can actually do something in this match. Probably Italy will win, but it will not be easy at all. I think it might go to like penalties or extra time or something. Poland-Albania, I think Poland will get through. I don't think Albania will be able to do much. The only thing I can think of is that Poland are quite a defensive team, and Albania are a counter-attacking defensive team, so it might be a little bit of a 0-0. But if Poland use their more technical players, then they're fine. I've always said Poland are stacked with creativity, but their coaches don't seem to want to use it. If they do find that 60 minutes into the match Albania just aren't attacking, then I think Poland will switch it up, stick some of their really creative players on, and get a goal, and they should win. The next one is really difficult to guess. Slovakia-Kosovo. Slovakia beat Germany, but Kosovo beat everyone practically in their group. drawing with Switzerland, beating Sweden twice. I would not underestimate them at all. Their seed ranking is low, but that's only because they've only been around for a couple of years. It would be a lot higher based on results. They're climbing the rankings in the Nations League. And yeah, so I think there's a really good possibility they could win that match. It depends. Slovakia will not be easy to beat at home, but I think Kosovo will win. Next up, Ukraine-Sweden. I saw the results from Graham Potter's first 2 matches in charge. I didn't see enough. I don't think Sweden are going to go through, and some would argue that maybe they shouldn't because they finished bottom of their qualifying group and they're only getting through because of the Nations League. I sort of don't agree with that thought, but if it, equally Ukraine did really, really well in their group, and I think that they're probably the best place to win anyway. And on fairness, I suppose, because they did better in this qualifying campaign with a hard group. They had France in their group. No disrespect to Switzerland. But yeah, I think Ukraine had a harder group and did better, so I'm confident Ukraine will go through in this round. And then Wales, Bosnia. Bosnia have got loads of really young talent. Maybe I've heard some people use wonder kids. Wales don't have that, but we do have really good tactics, and we got a home game as well, and we are terrible away from home. But at home, I would say that we can take on anyone, and I think that we will win against Bosnia, but it'll be nervy. If we play like we did in this match, with the tactics that we used in this match, we will beat Bosnia. If we play like we normally play, it'll be a 0-0 and it'll go to penalties and we'll probably lose. But I don't think that Bosnia are going to come and win like 2-3-0. So I'm going to say Wales to win, but many people in the press here, if you're Bosnian and you're watching this, out of respect to you, people are saying that Bosnia will be harder than potentially Italy if we get through. We are taking you seriously. So, yeah, we respect the fact that Bosnia is a really good team at the minute. Okay, so I said Ireland to get through, and I said North Macedonia. I think Ireland can beat North Macedonia, and so it'll probably go down to like penalties though, because it'll be a very low scoring match. So I think Ireland could get through to the World Cup. I don't want to get you all excited. Lots of things can happen before then, but in my scenario, I think that happens. I said Kosovo to win and Turkey. I think Turkey are one of the... I think they're the best team in this tournament, in this mini tournament. And if they'd been in a different group without Spain, who, in my personal opinion, are the best team in the world right now, I think they would have qualified automatically anyway. So I think Turkey will beat Kosovo. Ukraine, I said, will get through against Poland. The little neighbours against each other. I think it'll be a very interesting match. Poland probably are the ones on paper that have the best chance, because, well, A, they'll be playing in Poland, even though they're the away team. Ukraine play in Poland, so they'll be in Poland, which will be a bit of a weird thing. But also, I think Ukraine can do it, but it is really like 51%, 49% chance. I think Poland are wily. I've seen them in the playoffs firsthand against Wales, and yeah, they're very intelligent, and they will change their tactics and play in a really careful way, whereas Ukraine got like one way to play. It's nice, but it might not work out on the day. So I think Poland maybe can do it, but I would love to see Ukraine get through, particularly my guilt as a Welshman for putting them out of the last World Cup. And then lastly, if Wales, like I say, get through, and Italy narrowly get past Northern Ireland, I am not as worried. Now my Italian subscribers are going to be like, really? But actually I think Bosnia will be harder. I think Italy, if they play anything as bad as they did against Norway, we will score goals. they will score goals because our defence is terrible. But I think that we can outscore them because their defence was just awful last time they played. So if they narrowly get past Northern Ireland, I think we are going to bombard them in Cardiff. The crowd will be on our back. And yeah, I think we can actually beat them. I think as long as we don't pay them too much respect, we have that in our bag. You know, a big team comes to town, and to be honest, if it was away, I would say no chance. We would never win in Italy. But at home, we don't seem to pay that much attention to rankings. We just go for it. And that is a criticism of us sometimes. I think lots of people were like, what would have happened if we would have been a bit cleverer against Belgium and sat back? If we got a draw against them, we would have finished top. Because they drew with Kazakhstan and we beat Macedonia. And we only finished 2 points behind them. So we would have finished top if we just managed to draw that match in Belgium, where we were 3-3, and then Kevin De Bruyne scored just before the end of the match. We should have sat back and stopped them scoring. And if we just started, well, we did start really brilliantly against them and we scored a goal, but then we gave away the penalty. If we'd sat back and rather than try to push forward to get another goal and just try to get a draw, we would be in the World Cup. So there's an argument to say that our gung-ho attacking doesn't always work. If Italy can figure that out, they're through because we don't have a plan B. It's just like attack. But if they don't pay attention to that and they don't have a plan, then we will score goals. I'm talking like 3 or 4. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see whether they can work us out and plan for our tactic and nullify it. Because if they do, we don't really have a plan B. So good luck. Good luck to all the teams as ever. So I'm saying at the minute, Wales, come on Wales, Ukraine, Turkey and Republic of Ireland to get through. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Tell me if I'm crazy. Do I think, obviously I'm very biased, how do you think Wales will do? Do you think that we won't even get past Bosnia? It's a chance. Bosnia are a good team. Like the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you in March, and shaking like a leaf, trying to qualify for the World Cup. Obviously, plenty of other videos between now and March, don't worry. And yeah, thanks very much for watching, take care and see you soon.